yesterday he was talking about, or maybe it was the clip I saw just yesterday. He was talking about the smoke from Canada. If the Earth is spinning at 10,000 miles an hour, how does the smoke just stay in one place? It doesn't stay in one place, first of all. But I mean, like, Jesus, really? And I think he was
I'm
serious.
sorry.
Like,
um, John, do you need an aspirin? It looks like something just hurt your head.
Oh, people are so fucking dumb.
right? Yeah.
I watched a clip of him the other day where he was. I actually kind of. I don't. It's not that I feel bad for him, but I kind of feel bad for him because people don't laugh until he starts being goofy.
Right.
The clip that he was on was he was like, "Oh man, soccer. I don't get soccer. It's I don't understand soccer. You know what I mean?" And he's doing it for like 3 minutes and nobody's laughing. And then finally he starts doing his thing where he's like thunking his head with a mic and like he's like, "Oh, I run over here and then I run over here," and then people start laughing. I'm like, so basically, you can't write anything without doing some sort of.
He'd be really good for like an audience of first graders or kindergarten. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because that was I don't know if you remember when I was doing comedy in first grade in kindergarten. That was my bit. And it went over.
Well, comedy is at a low point. I mean, Netflix put out a Tony Hinchcliffe special, and that thing was fucking horrific. I challenge anyone to get past the first 15 minutes, even the first 5 minutes.
Well,
stuff like that is hard to do.
I didn't watch it at all, but just simply
I watched
Tony Hinchcliffe or whatever.
I watched about 20. No, I gotta watch. I gotta see what's going on and who's doing what. And like, I gave it like 20 minutes, and because it was just bad joke after bad joke.
See, I thought he was. I know he's not really doing comedy. He's doing shock jock stuff. Really, just trying to get people to go instead of laugh.
Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, if you're gonna at least do racist jokes, try and make them funny, Tony.
Yeah.
He had been given credit, and listen, I never followed him all that close, but he had been given credit for many years from comedians as a superb joke writer, like writing for other people for roasts and stuff. So it surprises me that he doesn't have any like really funny jokes to say. But I think he is really more going for the gasp than the laugh.
But there aren't even gasp. It's more like, oh, this is nice that we paid a lot of money for an open mic comic.
If he's writing cool, I'm going to say jokes because you used the word jokes for insults. That's not quite the same. From what I've gathered, when I watched a few clips of some of these insult things, a lot of times they're not funny. They're more people are laughing because it's an insult. Not because it's funny.
Yeah,
I'm not saying some of them aren't funny because some of them, like when Nikki Glaser did it, she was actually funny. Nikki Glaser was actually funny, but then Cat Williams, I saw him roasting Kevin Hart, and I'm like, that's not funny. People are just laughing because it's his voice.
Well, the Kevin Hart thing was the roast was a joke. I mean, just overall, I mean. You doing this roast of a black comic and 27 writers on that show out of 33 are white. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, you don't like white guys?
Well, no, it just shows you how telling that. Like, Eddie Murphy wasn't there. I mean, Eddie's the GOAT. He should be. If you're going to fucking roast Kevin Hart and you're saying you're friends with Eddie, Eddie should be sitting fucking right next to you. Where's fucking Chappelle? He wasn't there.
Eddie Murphy. He sounds familiar. It's like I remember Audie Murphy. Remember Audie Murphy?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, of course you do.
Fuck yeah, Infantryman.
Yes, these other two guys.
Winner.
Because they're un-American, they don't even know who Audie Murphy is.
To hell and back, baby.
Look at them. They don't look at them. They just don't. They don't even care. Look at them.
Hey, so Ron.
Yeah. So, any comment from the Ron corner over there? That Ron corner.
I have a question for Ron
about Shane Gillis selling out a stadium for 80,000 people just to hear him talk for an hour and a half comedy. But any thoughts on that? 80,000.
It makes sense. It makes sense. He's from PA. Philly is kind of like his de facto hometown.
I thought he was more like a Pittsburgh guy. I'm wrong about no.
No, he's originally from Mechanicsburg. He's like right up. His parents are like right in the area, and Then he went to Philly, but like Philly is his hometown essentially.
Wow. But
Ron, didn't he used
80,000
to come
people.
to? Didn't he used to come to the Harrisburg Comedy Zone?
Yeah, occasionally, like
Yeah.
when he first moved to New York, he would show up at the Comedy Zone occasionally on the open mic night and stuff.
Yeah, because that's why I met him. And I remember they were like kissing. I think he won some kind of like funniest person in the restroom contest or something, and he was putting together some material for that or something.
Yeah. Somebody on the YouTube, because there's a reel out where I said, he's just not for me. I don't find him funny. And somebody said, you don't find him funny because you're not funny. Well, then why do you find him funny? Because that's not funny. But
I think Shane is very funny. I don't honestly, when it comes to his stand-up, I'm not that big of a fan because I don't think his stand-up is strong as his like sketches and things like that.
Yeah.
Just overall, I think his performance and stuff could be better. But to say that he's not funny would be like fucking ridiculous.
I never said he wasn't funny.
His fucking first special that he released a couple years ago at the Creek in the Cave is like 45 minutes. That's a fucking monster special. Because at that time, he was a fucking killer feature. And like the first 25 to 30 minutes of that special is just fucking solid fire.
Well, let me just clarify. I never said he wasn't funny. I said he's not for me. I don't find him funny. I haven't seen like him do a complete comedy special, but I've seen like 5 minutes, and the material he was doing was just not funny to me. And I'm thinking he's very likable, and that's part of his appeal. It's like people want to laugh, they want, but from what I've seen, it's just not for me. But that's, whether people find him funny. That Jackie Robinson bit that everybody told me was his goal, his prime gem of stand-up. That did nothing for me.
Have you ever watched any of the Gillian Keeves?
No.
Those sketches are very funny.
Yeah, no,
they are. Look them up on YouTube, and the whole thing about the ice dealership and the dad that uses the Sibian and shit, like, it's funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen his stuff, so I'm not a good judge of that stuff, and I don't doubt that he's good in sketch stuff. I've seen a little bit of that one where they're working in a tire place or something. And that was kind of, but when I seen him do stand up, he did, I was told that this is his best stuff, and it was just Jackie Robinson. He was doing a voice of 1940s radio announcer, white guys stuff, and it was just like I know lots of guys. Well, I knew in my parents' era, and they didn't talk like that. He put on like this is maybe from Pennsylvania or something. This was typical white guy talk, but it didn't sound like. And then Stephen Ortiz, he was saying, "Well, Shane's a big baseball guy." No, he's not. He didn't get any of the baseball stuff.
I say he could be a baseball guy and not be a baseball facts guy. He may like
get
the
all
game,
of.
I'm saying he may like the. What I'm saying is he may like the game.
He didn't even get fastball correct.
What I'm saying is he may like the game, like to watch it, but he may not be.
No, if you know the game, you know what a fastball is, not a speedball. Nobody says his best pitch is a speedball. No,
well, maybe that's his ghost.
He doesn't understand.
Maybe that's the joke. No, maybe that's the joke. He's saying a speedball like drugs.
No, he was talking about 1940s, the pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, which he wasn't even the first play. It was Jackie Robinson's first at bat, and he got all the facts wrong. And he's saying stuff that doesn't even make sense in baseball.
Maybe that was the bit.
No.
Okay then. Well then I'm done defending it.
The bit was how racist and shocked the announcers were that Jackie Robinson got a hit. That was, or not just a hit.
Well, clearly they didn't follow him at all in the minor leagues where he was kicking ass in the black leagues.
He was
fuck off, all of you who didn't like Jackie Robinson. Fuck all the way off.
Yeah,
they're all dead now, though.
But so the bit is supposed to be his crown jewels of his stand-up, and it just made me think. And he tells people to go fact check him, and then you go fact check him, and he got all the facts.
Watch his bit where he talks about his uncle. That one's funny.
Where do I find that? Shane Gillis' uncle bit?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's his uncle, right, Ron? That has Down syndrome.
All right. This is the moment you've been waiting for, John. I know you've been anxiously waiting for a Heavy Kev rendition of you, right? Because you brought that up the other day. GD,
he's done it before. I mean, he's done it before. But
would you like to share your art, Kev's artwork that you put in the bucket?
All right, I'm taller than GD. First of all,
holy crap! When did you get to be a midget? I'm taller than him too.
I'm a little Latino with curly hair.
And is that Ron Kane or is that Shane Gillis? So getting the STI.
And I wear Adidas, by the way.
Now that is funny because I actually am the shortest, I think, of all of us, and Matt is the tallest of all of us.
And that's not fair because I use condoms sometimes. But come on,
stop the itch, not the party.
Look like a toddler with a beard.
Yeah, and that doesn't even look like Ron Kane at all. I mean, that looks more like Jerry Dunphy.
It looks like a bad rendition of Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Or a good depiction of Billy Bob Thornton.
All right. Do you have another one? Yes, you do have another one.
Freaking GD's jacked. Look at that shit.
What the fuck happened to Ron? He ate too many of them hot dogs or something. Wait, he looks like Tim Dillon. Does that not look like Tim Dillon?
That does look like Tim Dillon more than anything.
Yeah.
GD looks like the sea snake from freaking House of the Dragon.
What AI is like? It's like got too much sleep patch going on. Carl says their sleep patch is Rohypnol.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Really? Yeah.
No,
Don't do
it
that.
can't be. That can't be. He's just he just wants to fuck me while I'm sleeping.
That can't be right. That's bad.
He actually needs an excuse.
Huh?
Does he need an excuse to do that?
By the way, Shane Gillis had that show in Philly, and that same night I had my show in Grantville, and we had an excellent turnout for Reg. So
you had 80,000 people show up?
No, not 80,000 people.
80.
So you got their runoff. You got their overflow audience.
It's not the same audience.
People who can get tickets. That's it.
Wait, are you saying that there can be more than one comedy show per night in the United States, and you won't be in competition with each other
in a given city, right?
Yeah, in any given city, literally down the block from each other.
Especially in PA during this time of year, like July and August are always terrible for comedy. And if you can get people to come out to a show, that's a good thing. But yeah, comedy is always tough around here.
How would Bill Burr do in Philly?
Yeah,
draw-wise. Don't they hate him there now? Oh.
Not anymore. No, it's kind of past, I think.
Oh. What happened to Bill Burr? Did he embarrass himself out of the universe? Because I haven't heard about him since he was bitching and moaning about the Saudi thing for about a month, and then he's gone.
Yeah, he's been popping up here and there, but it's not the same.
Popping up.
Yeah, he's been going on like some podcasts, I guess, that would be considered safe for him.
CD, did you say good morning to Ann from Bakersfield, California?
No, I did it in text because you were talking when she came in.
Oh, I talk too much.
Have you checked out the Bad Game Show? Bobby Lee and Santino's game show?
I thought they were. That's not Tiger Woods. No, they were. All right. What about that? What am I missing there? Because I know Bobby Lee had been like making some waves lately with shit.
They produced a game show. It's called the Bad Game Show, based off their kind of bad friends, and it's good. It's fun. It's a wild ride. It's like 30 minutes, and it's fun.
It's just where is it? Is it on YouTube, Netflix?
Yep, YouTube.
And what's the premise here? Could you give me what?
So the set is like down in their mom's basement. They have Bobby Lee's, I believe it's his sister playing his mom, and they bring on two guests, and they make them. They have different games they do, and so they bring in people, and the people have to pay attention, and the pointing system is very bizarre, but it's just a lot of fun.
So it's like Blessings and Blasphemy without the rev, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, those are bad games. Balls to the face or whatever.
Whoa! My games are not bad games.
I didn't say your games. I was talking
about.
No,
I made them up for him. You think he's smart enough to make those things? No, he's all thumbs. He can't make those.
You're bad mouthing the rev and saying he's not.
No,
smart.
I'm just being honest. He doesn't have the dexterity. I create the games for him. He says, I want to play a game. He comes up with a name, and then I try to find a game to match the name.
Good
he goes,
way
I
to-
like balls. He'll say, I like balls to the face. I say, okay, I'll find a game that goes balls to the face.
Hey,
no,
breaking
that's not-
news.
What?
The CDC says that however you say it, John.
Cyclosporidium bacillus.
Yeah, the
Cyclosporia
outbreak has
cayetanensis.
expanded to 9 states.
Woohoo!
This is the explosive diarrhea bug, right?
Still no one dead.
Explosive diarrhea. I don't know. It's like, what does that actually mean? Does it actually make an explosive sound?
Well,
Or
if you drink plenty of PBRs in one night, you can definitely get that.
Or is it that the diarrhea just comes out with the force
know
of
it when
a
it
fire
happens.
hose? I don't want it to happen, please.
So the problem with Cyclosporia cayetanensis is it can be relapsing. So when you have like a regular gastroenteritis from a virus or whatever, usually that can last anywhere from like 3 to 7 days. If it lasts longer than that, then you're like, oh, we should probably do a stool sample, do a culture. But a culture takes several days to come back. And by then, usually almost everybody's diarrhea is gone and the culture comes back negative. With cyclosporiasis, it's relapsing. So maybe you have it for a few days, it goes away, and you're like, oh, good, I'm fine. And then a few days later, you get it again. And a few days later, you get it again. So that's when they start to suspect it. Well, the treatment for it is Bactrim, or Bactrim DS, in other words. But the treatment for regular diarrhea, the reflex used to be to give people antibiotics, but we don't do that anymore because it's self-limiting. So now people are going to wonder whether or not you should give them Bactrim or not. Because if you give them Bactrim and they don't fucking need it, then you could give them Clostridioides, which would be bad.
Wow, I just learned something because I never knew there was quote unquote treatment for diarrhea unquote. Like
You just missed the whole point. I just told you not to know it.
Treatment of
I just
diarrhea.
said it was self-limited.
You said the treatment of diarrhea, though. How you treat?
You can. Well, treatment is supportive. In other words, hydration. You eat a bratty type diet, or you eat a diet that's not fatty, not spicy, not fresh fruits and vegetables. Just eat things like rice and oatmeal.
See, that doesn't that require telling somebody, whether it's your doctor or a nurse or something, that you have that? Because I like to keep it a secret, and unless they can sniff it out.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I was under the impression
You're
that
wrong.
basically there's like kind of two types of diarrhea. One is like you have the stools and it's all runny and liquidy, and the other one is that you're actually constipated, but the only part that gets through is the liquid. So people think they have diarrhea when actually they have constipation.
Well,
because only liquid is passing through.
Well, there's more than first of all, there's more than 2 types of diarrhea.
Not more than 2. No, I only know 2. So don't hurt my brain.
All right. No. So what you're talking about is when someone actually has a bowel obstruction or they're obstructed with shit, and the only thing making it around is, of course, the diarrhea.
Right. But
so when somebody goes in, they're like, I'm having this problem, I'm having diarrhea, and you don't naturally reflexively think, oh, there's no way this person's constipated. That's why if you push on their belly, you can feel a giant mound of poop in there. You're like, oh shit, they're just full of shit. And they're just
for those tuning in for the first time.
And can you say that again, but slow it down for the perverts in our audience?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is
couldn't you just say our audience without
do it ASMR.
They're not all perverts. I mean, come on.
Well, now it gets good. Now then you're like, okay, so now I'm going to do an abdominal X-ray, and it comes back and there's just a big old wad of shit in there. And that's in like the rectal vault. So guess what happens to happen next?
Yeah. For those tuning in for the first time, you're listening to Diarrhea Talk with Mind Dog and his friend.
I know the answer to that one, John. They take this and they put it up there and they got the little claw. They grab it and pull it out.
No, it's this.
See,
are you sure it's not this?
No, it's this.
So I get a lot
and pull it out.
Just this morning, I got another email. And it always says, I listen to your show a lot. Compelling talk. Now,
lies.
This obviously no, you're kidding. Possibly, if you want to be on this program, chances are you've never heard it. Because why would somebody who's actually heard this program want to be on it now? Especially when I got to go talk about diarrhea. I mean.
So it's a national. It happens.
I know it happens, but it's like we don't like. Again, I would not even mention it. I kind of try to get by with anybody ever knowing that I had diarrhea ever in my life.
Oh, hey, I had something very exciting happen too at that Red show. I had people who have told me they hate me, and they bought tickets to the show to see me.
Wow. Did they heckle you?
No, and that's the thing.
What the fuck? Come on,
Were there comedians who were trying to get on the show, so they were like sucking up, or
No, these are my online fans.
I just fans. You say fans. I just want to say, how can anybody hate Ron Kane? How can it? I mean, I can see.
Spend 10 minutes with him. I like Ron because I only spent 8 minutes with him. But you spend 10 minutes with him. Go ahead.
Really? Is he that hateable? I mean, what's hateable about him? The
I'm
fact
just-
that he
no.
calls everybody bisexual.
Well, I've been waiting 10 minutes to ask Ron a question, but every time I say I have a question.
Oh,
for Ron, I
what
don't
was
get
the
to.
question you want to ask Ron?
Actually, it was just a request. Ron, since you actually do watch comedy shows in order to see who's out there and who's relatively funny, can you just let me know?
Yeah.
So I don't have to sit through. I'll sit through maybe 5 or 6 minutes. I'm like, okay, I don't find you funny at all, and boom, it immediately goes off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's it can be tough sometimes. But I listen to comedy like I listen to music. Like I have a really good ear for music. If something's gonna be a hit or
Neil
something,
Young would like a word.
he can eat a bag of dicks. But besides Neil Young destroying America from the inside,
I thought that was diarrhea.
yeah, there are. It
Well,
is
yeah,
tough though because there are so many specials and shit like that. But yeah, there are just certain things I listen to, like the cadence, the rhythm, how they're just the flow overall, the jokes, how this comic would fit into maybe this lineup and things. I'm just nutty about it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I
nutty.
can do it. I'll do it for like, to go see local shows and open mics and things like that. But with specials, I can't do it because I'm like, okay, if you don't capture my attention in about 10 minutes,
10. Wow.
I'll give it 5 is rare. I mean, I'll give it 10, but even then I'm like, okay, I can't do it. I'm just like, I can't. You're not.
Yeah, and for me personally, I think a lot of these people do an injustice to themselves with their special because like they're coming out with these first specials on Netflix and they're like in a big theater or some shit. They should really their special should be shot in a small club.
For sure. I think so.
Because then you can see what the comic can really do. Can they really get into that pocket and just fucking hammer the jokes and shit like that? That's what I hate about like the theater specials.
Well, to that point in Astoria, group Grove 32, there's a bunch of comedians who have taped their special. It's a very small, intimate club. I mean, it's hard to even get yourself in there. But I've seen a number of people filming their specials there, and when it comes out, it looks like it's a much bigger club. I think if you live outside of New York and are not familiar with it, you would think it was like a large comedy club, like the Comedy Store or whatever. You just can name Mothership, any of it, but it's just really a very, very small room. But it helps because I don't know, it's more intimate. It feels more live in a small club.
Have you seen Rory Scovel's last special?
No, I never heard the name.
It came out in 24. It's called like Religion, Sex, and some other stuff or something like that. It's probably the best comedy special I've seen in 2 years since. I haven't seen anything quite even match it.
So, in words of Ron Kane, in the words of the great Ron Kane, you would say it's not that bad because that's
no, it's beyond that. It's like everything about his special is good. The jokes are solid. His performance is. You're not seeing comics do that shit anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of painfully unfunny comics, your friend Stephen Ortiz, I'm talking to John now. Your friend Stephen Ortiz had been advertising this thing by the river, and it's a music fest and culture. Music fest and culture. What is he? Is he the music or is he the culture? Do you know?
I think he's like an MC.
MC. All right.
Yeah.
Because I was just like wondering and I don't want to insult him, just like I just did, and say he's painfully unfunny. But I was wondering about that. Like you're advertising a music and culture festival, and then they got Steven the sitcom Ortiz. Like,
I don't know that he goes by that anymore. I feel like he goes by the name that he uses on our podcast now.
Oh, what's that?
Drippy Steve to Driphausen.
Oh, see that? Oh, all right. Whatever.
I mean, if he isn't, he really should, because it's so much better than Steven the Sitcom Ortiz.
What is?
He doesn't go by his last name either. It's not Steven the Sitcom Ortiz anymore.
Oh, it's Tillman.
I don't know. He hasn't picked the last. We're trying to get him to change it to Driphausen.
Oh, all right.
Speaking of painfully unfunny, though, I did upload GD's 5 minutes, and it's not just GD's 5 minutes, but it is the Slaptail Squad watching GD's 5 minutes.
Where do I see it? I don't.
It's not 5 minutes. It's like it feels like 5 minutes, but it's only like 4, right?
Well, it's us talking about it though too. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Where the hell is it?
You don't see it down there where the video?
Oh, at the bottom. I thought you were putting it in the. All right, let's watch this.
Do you want to wait for Ron to come back?
Ron's not coming back.
Oh, okay.
Ron's not coming back.
Okay.
Oh, there's Ron. He's back now.
I don't know how
Why'd you say he wasn't coming back?
I apologize if the sound isn't quite right because I didn't put it through CAPTCHA to make sure it was perfectly balanced. I apologize.
Just a disclaimer: is this going to give anybody diarrhea?
It very well could get them diarrhea of the mouth.
All right, let's watch GD. Wait, let me call Mike. Mike, you wanna? All right.
I got a phone call, or rather a text, from a friend of mine asking me to be their reference because they're adopting a dog.
Holy fuck, the Crypt Keepers in the
I know, holy shit, is that death?
No, that's that
right there.
That's that Star Wars alien thing making its like cameo again.
I think that's a Bernie Sanders still living grandfather.
Holy shit. All right, that's nice. Sorry, I just had to say something. I'm like, what the fuck? Look at this. Oh, this fucking skin stretched over a skeleton. Sorry, dude.
They're adopting a dog, and they needed a reference, someone to recommend them, to write a referral for them. Yes, write a referral for someone who's adopting a dog.
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Right?
Yeah. They did let me take my dog home. They didn't do any kind of.
I know what adoption means. Keep going. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. All right.
I'd never done that before.
Right.
Now, the thing is, my friend has had animals before. They've had dogs before. My friend loves goats. Loves goats. A
little bit too much, you know what I'm saying?
Doesn't know how to take care of goats. The only thing they know about goats is that they like to jump on things. Okay, anyone who's ever watched a video.
The old guy in the back is nodding his head.
He's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's right. Goats do that.
They absolutely do like to jump on things. I know.
God damn it, he's right.
You just want to make sure you knew he
This
was
motherfucker's been to my farm.
This colored feller knows goats.
Yeah, this black fella sure is funny.
This motherfucker's spitting right now.
This colored feller gets it.
Color filler.
I want to raise his connotations on this poor old man.
Goats like just shit all over the place too. They jump and they shit.
I see the goats jumping on things, so that's what he knows about goats. That's it. But he loves goats. Last month, he got another goat. Fortunately, he had all the other goats he didn't know how to take care of to jump on, because he's got a pile of dead goats in the backyard. So, and I should report him to PETA, but the meat is so tender from the other goat jumping on top.
You guys oh my God, JD, did you think that was funny? That setup was so painful.
Oh shit.
Wow, this is like Blind Mike.
JD, I got some good ones for you
That
today,
was-
man.
That was the long way around for that fucking punchline, wasn't it, boys?
Damn. Nolan as the king.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the old man on this. When he went like this, just
I would ask Steven his opinion, but you know,
No, he cares.
Steven's hack, and so you know.
Steven's actually taking notes on that bit.
Yeah, he probably is.
To improve his comedy.
like, I'm gonna steal some New Jersey jokes. Yep, it's going right in my set.
Oh, what this guy say about goats, you guys? I'm gonna write it down.
Wow.
All right.
Hey, Tommy.
I tell you one thing. That's why GD is a humorist, and we're just, comedians.
Back it up just a little bit. Okay, that joke obviously went really well. Let's see how the old man goes.
But the meat is so tender from the other goat jumping on top. I can't give up that. I'm sorry, you don't know what goat meat is called. It's chevon, but that's not funny if I say chevon, right? What would make goat meat sound funny? Mullet? I don't know. My wife is.
He's just full on workshopping his joke in front of a live audience.
Oh, that's common. That's
an
open mic.
It's an open mic.
That's bold.
Well, that's what open mics are. Well, except for the people who think they're just awesome at open mics. Like they legit are like, this is killing.
This is such a great show. This was a great show.
So funny. I read from my notebook the whole time.
I'm gonna make a poster about all the shows I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Let's continue, shall we?
I would like to thank GD for letting me use this because I told him we were going to make fun. All right, here we go. This has got to get better.
That's GD's comedy shirt, though.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't a bad punchline. He just fucking took the long way to get there.
Well, that's the whole point. It's not a streamline. It was not a streamline joke at all.
He's workshopping it. Leave him alone.
Yeah. There's goat material.
It's goat.
Right,
literally everywhere.
Retire from work in about 2 years. She'll be retiring in 2 years.
Okay.
Retire from work in about. I don't know. My wife is going to retire from work in about 2 years. She'll be retiring in 2 years, and that's what I'm looking forward to getting her pregnant for the first time. Thank you. Thank you. Some of you get yes.
What the fuck just happened?
Someday somebody be getting yes.
The scary part is there's people in there that got that.
How to ship it? How to it? Yes.
Whoa.
Shabba ding dong. Yes.
You got it.
This guy gets me.
Telling you right now, though, he's killing compared to what I would have done.
Killing compared to Steven.
You know.
Ayo.
Ayo.
I'm going to blow the dust off that thing. I'm sorry. Maybe add some water to those powdered eggs.
Oh.
Sorry. My wife doesn't think that's funny. For some reason, she thought I was serious when I said, "Well, let's have." As soon as you get retired, let's have a baby. And my wife looked at me like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" That was my excuse not to go out. The air quality was really bad. It was also hot outside.
It's supposed to be a new joke.
All right.
He's already talked about adding water to the powdered eggs. So
the way you trimmed this up is diabolical.
I didn't trim it. He said it to me.
But
just cutting it off at all the dead silence points is fucking brutal.
Honestly, that's what they do, don't they, Nolan? Don't a bunch of them do that? They're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna clip this," and you can tell it's clipped. You're like, "That's where no one's fucking laughing. Nobody's laughing."
Yeah.
Anyway. No, that's just me rambling. I was rambling.
Transition to a new joke.
Yes.
When you're done with this, can you go back and edit it and put in all the laughs? Because that would be
He's been accused of that, actually.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
like a fake laugh.
I think everyone here agrees that would be hilarious.
That would be. I think it would.
Canned audience laughter from the 70s.
Yeah.
I hated that so much. Especially on like the Super Friends. Why was there laugh tracks on like the Super Friends, Scooby Doo? Like,
I don't even know what the Super Friends is.
Because they wanted the cartoons to be like the TV shows.
Oh, terrible.
Have you ever watched the compilations where people take the laugh tracks and then remove them? And then everyone in the show and the dialogue just seems psychotic with no laughing there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Those are good.
I never saw that.
All right, let's hear this joke. This is gonna bring it home.
All right.
Is
Are we
that?
almost done with this?
Fuck, it's
No.
finally happening. Steven's being abducted.
Yeah,
Thank
it's got a
God.
few seconds left. It's like
It was really hot. It was so hot that it was giving vegans meat sweats. It was so hot that
Nice dad
I
joke.
didn't
What
care.
is that?
I was going to go swimming. I didn't care who peed in the pool. That's how hot it was.
I think GD Fenderson is stealing from my daughter's joke book, please, man. We need to investigate this.
Wow. Wait. His
Thank you,
daughter-
GD. That was fucking terrible.
That was something.
Oh, thank God it was an open mic. Now let me say that I've seen GD do a set and an entire 40 minutes. He's funny. That was true.
All right. Oop, did I cut that out premature?
Oh, it's good.
Listen, I just want to know what was the motivation, inspiration to do? There was already somebody who owns that genre of bashing GD's comedy, and what made you guys want to try to step on Blind Mike's toes there a little bit?
Well, we're not mean. We're playful.
Oh,
We actually enjoy GD on our show.
oh. All right.
And that's
I was just going to
so
say
bad.
that's why people don't go to open mics, but there we go. Because that's what open mics are. It's
Oh,
just
they're terrible.
Well, actually, I feel kind of bad because the day before we did open mic, I was bragging about how that open mic has 2-to-1 audience to comic ratio consistently, and that night it was like 2-to-1 comic to audience ratio. It's totally reversed. After I bragged about it on this show about how many audience members they have, that place is usually packed, and so and as soon as I walked in, I saw how empty it was, and I looked at the host and I said, "I'm sorry. I think I jinxed it by saying how popular this open mic was." So
Wow. There you go.
it usually is a lot more people.
and when was that recorded? Was that
Monday?
Oh, it's fucking mid-July. A mic is, yeah.
Yeah, summertime is not.
I take Dylan's workshop, and what happens is, and Dylan will give us like a prompt. He'll say, "Okay, I want you to write some jokes about it's so hot that. I need you to write like 8 or 9 jokes about it's so hot that." And so we'll write those. And so that I just said, okay, I'll just try those out to see if they work. Some of them. That's all. Rather than because I didn't practice what I really wanted to do that night. I usually come with a set that I want to
practice what you
do.
I went to
practice it.
I went to a mic last Tuesday. The Tuesday before, the place was packed. There was like 20 people in there, whatever. It was great. Then the next week, it was 3 comics. That's all it was. And one regular guy that plays the little slot machine there. Other than that, fucking no one.
Slot machine. Wow.
But those mics are good, not for like really running jokes, but either to kind of find your timing or something, or just sometimes just to talk to get it out.
Yeah.
So GD, because a couple of the Slot Tail Squad were talking about setups and stuff. Do you agree with their critique?
Sure.
You do? You agree with it? So you're going to basically change your setup there and make it more concise?
That was look. It was an open mic, and I would never use those jokes freestanding. I don't do freestanding jokes. I tell stories, and I'll insert a joke in the story where it would fit in the story. So what you're seeing there is not the way it would appear on the show anyway.
Oh.
Look, GD, you don't have to make any excuses to Matt.
I'm not. I wasn't asking for excuses. I was asking if their critique made sense, and are you going to actually kind of change anything because of the? Did you agree with that critique?
I'll change it because I was cringing when I watched it, I cringed. So I would change it anyway. And when John, I shared it because I'm honest. Okay, I know I'm not like a great comic, and there are some comedians out there. There are actually some younger comedians who don't know any better for some reason look up to me, and I want them to understand I'm not like this. Everything I do isn't gold. When I come out there, I suck sometimes, and I have to work at it. And
glad to hear you say that, because when you talk about looking at it, because you cringed at that, I have never looked at anything that I've ever done and not cringed. And this is our guest, who is not really here, but it's not really here because she's got a camera, is going to talk about confidence and all this other creativity. And I practice creativity every day of my life, and I'm the least confident person. I am just, and I don't think I think I suck.
Yeah, well, I showed your painting to this kid I met the other day, who's just an amazing artist.
Which one? The woman, the portrait, or the cryptid?
The cryptid one. I showed him that one, And he's just, I mean, this kid is incredible and doesn't use any type of digital. He only uses mediums like Matt does. And he said your painting was amazing. He loved it.
Wow.
So he said, just like we all say, if you think you're not talented, you're fucking wrong. That's you're very good. I mean, just really good.
I don't know. I have a class to teach after today, and I still don't know. And it's a matter of confidence. These people are all watercolor people, and I'm not necessarily. I do watercolors, but I don't think of myself as very competent in that. Anyway, I have to teach this, and now my confidence is I haven't really shown this today, but I'm nervous as hell and just weak as hell. So I look forward to this conversation, although I'm going to screw up the pronunciation of her name. I'm going to bring her in now. Her mic is muted just in case she doesn't know that. And here you go. DD, correct me on the pronunciation of the name anytime you want. I think it's Ashleah Mariano or Leah. And that
First of all, why would I correct you when you're about to introduce her and have her come on the show?
Because remember how you correct me? I'm wearing the wrong glasses. That's what you do.
No, I didn't correct you. You're wearing the wrong glasses. I didn't even notice.
That's right. You were supposed to, but you whiffed on that. Anyway, Ashleah Mariano could be Leah, or could be Laia, because Lie.
But if it's Mariano, which sounds Italian to me, it could be.
No, that's not Italian.
So how if
Mariano Rivera? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I would not say Ashleah because that doesn't sound Italian to me. I would say Ashleah.
Right. All right. Ashleah or Leah is an actress, performing arts educator, and founder whose work explores how creativity can shape confidence, not me, emotional well-being, not me, and self-expression. See, I need to really hear from her. And I just I signed up for the Mastery of Your Nervous System free download at her website. Anyway, she's here now. She's going to straighten me out and beat me up and make me a more confident person. Good morning, Ashleah. Is it Leah?
Leah works. Tomato, Leah. It's not Laia, that's for sure.
Well, that's what I was, because nobody wants to be called a liar, right?
I mean, a liar is a liar. If I am a liar, call me out. But no, it is Ashleah or Ashleah. I don't have a preference.
Okay.
Leah, yeah.
It's not Italian.
When your parents called you, what did they call you?
Ashleah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought I was Italian, and then thank you 23andMe. Turns out at the ripe old age of 29, I found out I was not, in fact, Italian.
Wow. What are you?
I'm Irish. I'm 100% Northern European. I'm as white as white as white.
Yeah, I mean, I would have guessed Irish immediately.
Yeah. Well, the accent tends to give that one away. But yes, my paternal side is all Scottish and English, and my maternal side is all Irish. So there's not a name.
I believe it's pronounced Scottish.
Depending on who you ask or how inebriated you are as an American, yeah, sure.
Yeah, can you just read a story for like an hour and send it to me?
Yes.
Excellent.
My pleasure.
I'm curious about this whole confidence thing and creativity, increasing our confidence, because I've been practicing the creative arts for 65 years or more now, and I'm just I'm just an imposter. I'm a phony. I have no confidence. I'm shaking and scared inside at all times. Why isn't it working on me?
Probably because you're identifying as such, fine sir. You got to give yourself a lot more credit, man. You're doing something, and that's beyond what a lot of people have enough courage to be able to do. So there's confidence enough. It's just a matter of how you're reflecting on yourself and the standards in which it sounds like you're holding yourself. I don't know the lot of you, but I can't imagine. I don't know. I mean, I think you got to just give yourself a proper amount of credit for what you do well enough, and sometimes that's simply showing up.
Well, you've heard about imposter syndrome, I'm certain, and I feel like if I think about it too much, the only reason I'm creative is because, or try to do anything in the creative arts, is because I never wanted to work a real job, and this was my escape. Well, so if I start just anything not to actually live a 9-to-5 life is what I strove for, and that's why I do it. So all my creativity comes from the lack of confidence in doing anything anything that the society might find valuable
And
or important.
so the desperation to avoid a 9 to 5 is what you're saying. That's the
Yeah.
that is, well, no, to be really honest, that's why I do what I do. I've been self-employed since I was 21. I couldn't work for anyone else. There's no way I would be able to do a standard 9 to 5. I mean, diagnosed with all sorts of neurodivergence, like I just didn't do well in certain environments and with certain rigidity to my schedule. So I built a life where I don't have to do that.
Wow.
Confidence, if you really want to get into it, which I would really love to. I'm not even sure how much time we have together, but I mean, I can certainly all of it.
It's yours.
I mean, I grew up a performing artist, so I have an advantage of being thrown up on stage from the time I was such a wee, and I couldn't even process what was happening. So I was blessed with zero stage fright, didn't know what that was until much later in life. But I, of course, developed insecurities, just as we all do, as a teenager, and from comparing yourself to one another, right? They say comparison is the death of joy. And there's a reason for that. And the beautiful thing about anything creative, or you're speaking about the performing arts, you can do no wrong. You can do no wrong when you're trying to be funny and you're trying to be a comedian. There's a little bit of pressure because you want to inspire that sense of laughter. So you do have a very specific, very end goal. But most of the time, I mean, the comedians I love just give no shites, if I can say that word on here. They don't care. And they're real people, and they're trying to, even if they're a character, they're still trying to be some semblance of relatable to someone. And if we seek to appreciate, we'll never be disappointed. If we want to relate to you, we will. And if we don't want to relate to you, then we're not your audience.
Yeah.
So
Comedians are a rare bunch. I don't know if I'm right about this, but it seems like they are the few creative people who take joy in, like we just watched a clip of John's crew. He said doing it with love and in a friendly way, but just love to take apart other comedians. It's just like I don't see musicians like watching another musician and saying this is why this person is no good. I don't see a whole lot of that.
Matt, you have a whole cottage industry of that. You watch those guys talk about other musicians, or is it the chat room that's doing it? A chat room full of musicians taking down a musician.
They don't. What do you mean? What are you referring to?
There's some guy that plays like nine, like he has 9 hands or something, and then there's other people in the audience in the chat room going, he's overdubbing, he's this, he's doing that.
Yeah, it's mostly chat room stuff, because if you're talking about Martian and Sore Hands and those people, they talk about his classical training and what a good musician is, but he pointed out one thing where that seemed to be overdubbed, and then the chat room went crazy on him, like, why are you tearing down Martian? He wasn't tearing down Martian. Anyway, it just seems like comedians do it a lot more to me.
Comedians, I mean, the whole origin of comedy and how it started was rather self-deprecating. I mean, there's a whole mode of comedy where you are essentially making fun of other people or other things. It's all just in which the tone and the delivery in which you do it. So there's an embedded semblance of criticism, I think, in the culture, and an eye for judgment. And I think that comes with intention, which I personally find, I mean, it can be really quite funny. It's just a matter of how you do it. I do appreciate comedians who don't have any semblance of self-deprecation and don't make fun of each other and don't, try to roast one another, so to speak, or whatever it is. But I mean, it's to each his own with regards to what they find funny or interesting. It's an art. So again, you get to do with it what you want. Confidence is made up of a series of principles I found. And one of them is to just know your stuff. If you're really confident in what you've put together or what you're presenting, if you're teaching a class or you're speaking about teaching a class that you're nervous about, why are you nervous? If you know your material, but maybe you don't know your material.
Right.
And and that's where you have to be honest. And that's where, like, identify where your nervousness is coming from. Am I just insecure in front of an audience? Am I insecure about the trousers I'm wearing today? Am I not remembering what I'm intending to deliver? you know, if you master your craft and you know what you're intending to present, a huge aspect of confidence comes from just being empowered by knowing what you know. But you have to be honest about that.
Well, let me just say, because I think there's a lot of truth in what you just said. I have a class coming up today I am nervous about, but it's not because I feel like I don't know the material at all. The people who were in there, they're older than me, which is probably hard for anybody to believe. Wow, somebody's older than you, but they have more experience in the medium of watercolor. I'm very confident in acrylics and oils. Watercolor, I have painted a lot of watercolor, but not as much as the students who are going to be expecting me to show them something new. So I'm scared. I'm scared witless about it.
Matt, it's not that we have trouble believing that there are people older than you. We understand that people older than you. It's just that we're having trouble understanding that there are people older than you who are still ambulatory. That's the problem.
That's true. I didn't say they were ambulatory. Somebody could wheel them into the watercolor desk or whatever. So
you don't look that old to me, fine sir. I have no idea how old you are, but
yeah.
It's the camera.
So there's a degree of truth in that, not knowing the material, but it's more of like comparing, and they're better than me. That idea.
Yeah.
They're all better than me.
Well, what are you intending to offer, and are you intending to be genuinely of service? You know, as an instructor. Go ahead.
I wasn't intending to offer anything. They came and basically begged me to teach this course.
And that's beautiful.
And then, yeah, so I've been doing it a couple of weeks at this particular place, but it didn't take long to discover these people are really good. Why are they begging me to teach this course when they are all better than me? And that's thought they're better than me just goes beyond just watercolor. If they're just better people than me, they deserve. Yeah, so
I want to help you with that. That's that's not.
I'm ready.
Like that's I mean, that's a lot of self-talk addressing right there. I mean,
oh, she thinks you're sad.
She
thinks you're a sad little man.
She's right. She's absolutely right.
Sad, miserable little man.
That's right.
Sad.
But that's how I see myself. So we're on the same page.
You're a lost cause. Forget it. Can't pay me enough.
I am a lost cause.
I'm no miracle worker.
See, now
no.
Now there's some straight talk.
Dylan and Jason refused to go there and tell me I was just a lost cause. But now we have somebody who is actually honest on the program.
I mean, I try to be, really, I do, honestly.
All right.
No, I mean, gosh, I'm not one to tout affirmations, waking up in the morning and telling yourself how awesome you are. I think there is value to that, but there really is a lot to do with mindset when it comes to confidence and how you self-reflect. Self-reflection is a really powerful thing. It's what generates awareness for all of us. And without awareness, it's very difficult to mindfully or intentionally, purposefully improve or restructure, reframe, retrain anything, right? So you have to be able to introspectively in some way reflect. But it's also important that you do so accurately and not just one-sided. If you're purely focusing on that which you aren't necessarily pleased about, that's only going to take you so far. There must be some semblance of self-celebration, or confidence doesn't. I mean, it makes sense, right, as to why there would then be a lack of confidence if you can't accurately reflect on something you've done and give yourself an attaboy or a well done. You
know what, to that point, and I appreciate everything you're saying. There is a point when the show ends and I'm still alive that I celebrate myself. Look, you got through it, boy! Oh boy, you fooled them again, that kind of thing. But there is a tremendous pat on the back, attaboy, for just making it through at the end of every show.
Yeah, I'm still breathing. I did something right.
Yes. I didn't die. Look, they didn't kill me. So there's that. I mean, and there's a lot of that. So, but it doesn't last. That it's like, oh crap, I got another show coming up tomorrow. Here's the thing, though, with lack of confidence, I still have had. I know these guys are going to be shocked by this, but I've had a lot of success for 60 years in the creative arts. despite lack of confidence. So the question I have is it absolutely imperative? Because it doesn't seem so. It seems like I have had some success despite not having any confidence.
I don't think Matt has a lack of confidence. I think Matt has walk of shame syndrome. I think he goes out, does a good job, and then he feels bad about it, and he has that little walk of shame. It's like two people have sex. They wanted to have sex. They went out and they had sex, and then it's like, oh man.
3 a.m. Stumbling back to your room in the clothes you wore for the last 12 hours. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't relate to that at all. What's that?
I don't know. If I ever have sex, I will write it down. It hasn't happened yet. So.
I'm just saying the walk of shame syndrome.
I feel like that's an official diagnosis. I think you've just been diagnosed, fine, sir. Walk of shame syndrome. Yes.
Right.
So I'd like to point out though that Matt's metric for success is the fact that he's still breathing afterwards. Now, that's really not success, Matt, because it's your phrenic nerve that controls that. So you literally have done nothing.
Actually, no. That's the way I justify being done every day and give myself a pat on the back. But my measure of success is pitifully shallow, more shallow than that. It's financial, and I have my creative arts have allowed me to put kids through school, buy houses, things like that. So all just from the creative arts. So I feel like that's how I measure success. And yes, I agree, it's shallow.
So then what happened? What happened to you as a child that gave you this walk of shame syndrome? Let's talk about mom and dad.
His parents misplaced him for a week.
I own a mirror.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. And every time I look at that mirror, it's just like, oh my God, what is this? Who brought the trash in? I don't know. I just don't love myself. I don't love myself.
Why, man? Like, you got to figure out why. That's not good.
That's what you're here for.
I mean, that's exactly right. Like, do you want to love yourself? Do you want to love yourself? Do you want to alleviate yourself of this ailment called walk of shame syndrome? Do you want that?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, just acceptance. Just accepting myself, because I'm definitely trapped in this comparison thing where I just see other people and say, well, they're so much better than me. How did they get so much better than me when they did the work?
Yeah, but it's your opinion versus other people's opinions, and obviously other people's opinions have, some, like you said, you have accomplished things in your life. Yeah. So your opinion is not the same as anyone else's opinion, or at least there are opinions that are different from yours. And I mean, are you happy at the end of the day? There's this whole thing. I mean, like, if you're in this cycle of I don't love myself, I didn't enjoy what I just did because I had no confidence, I have this imposter syndrome, I wasn't meant to be in that room, like, you're just spiraling down this like negative Nancy business.
That's you just summed me up perfectly. That's me spiraling down to negativity.
That's personality. That's your personality. So when it comes to change your personality, it takes quite a bit of effort. I mean, change your thoughts, change your life, right? Like Dr. Wayne Dyer talked about this. You got to change pattern here and permanently in the long term. And that's going to come down to literally changing the way you think and feel about yourself. Right. That over time becomes a habit that gets instilled becomes a temperament becomes a personality.
Yeah, I don't think I have time for habits. Well, because now I just want to bring this up. You have a book, it's right over there. It's called Introduction to Nervous System Mastery. And the free gifts are over on the website there, which is linked to in the description. But it says for mastery of your nervous system at any age. And this is where I think I don't have enough time left to kind of even make corrections, because I as we've already alluded to, I'm very old. And so how long does it take to kind of develop habits?
You have plenty of time. There's no shortage of time. There's only a shortage of willpower. Like, you have to want it and you have to do the work. I have a course, it's very in-depth. You're trying to master your mind and your body and how they work together, right? There's a mental component to what ignites certain aspects of our physiology. Our nervous system is our physiology, and there's a collaborative effort between the two of those. And in all of the work that I do, I speak the least about this now, mind you, because everybody's popping up with nervous system regulation business, and everybody thinks they have the way to do it. I started this venture because I studied neuroscience and psychology and all these different things, and I found it to be a very integral part in my ability to retrain the way I react to things. My inability to accurately assess a threat is something that I became very heavily aware of. Our bodies are physiologically conditioned to respond to someone cutting us off in traffic, a barista being rude at us, some instructor insulting my shoes, the same way as if we were being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. Now, that to me is a little imbalanced, and I wanted to be able to accurately assess the difference between an actual direct threat and someone just insulting my mother, for a terrible example.
That's in a way I can see the ridiculousness of it, because a saber-toothed tiger would never care about what kind of shoes you were wearing.
Right, exactly. So we have a lot of things to go through and readdress. But
Wow.
no, I mean, I would wear the saber-toothed tiger as a pelt these days because I do loads of mixed martial arts. If you want the key to confidence, do lots of martial arts. No. But yes, exactly. You want to not have these weird, like, you're projecting onto a situation something that is just entirely disproportionate to what the actual event is. Your nervous system is responding in a way that perceives something to be harming you when in fact directly it's not. So
Yeah.
I wanted to help people understand that.
It just seems weird. My self-perception comes, I just look, it's all about me today, right? Or always, it's always about me. I beat myself up for, I think, the way I was born, predestined to be just an awkward doofus, and always have accident prone. Accident prone is not something I think is that you can overcome. Oh, I've been trying to overcome it for 67 years now. It seems like I should laugh at myself when I make stupid mistakes, movement wise, balance wise, all this kind of stuff. And then I feel like I feel like I'm cursed. Why was I born with such a uncoordinated, doofy?
May I send you? I have a short film that I wrote and produced that is intended to be a proof of concept for my feature. I would really love to send it to you if you wouldn't mind watching it, because it's about a dancer she's so not navigating life from her genius zone, and she's extremely clumsy. There's loads of physical comedy in it. And throughout the story, she literally learns to find her footing. And clumsiness, again, in my story, and this is hilarious that you said that, it's very symbolic of how we're navigating the world and the sureness of our steps, right? Yes. So this lack of confidence coincides with what you're saying so completely. And I know you're speaking in jest to some extent, but there is viable truth to that, which is really interesting. And I literally wrote a feature film about that. That I'm working towards producing right now, but we shot the short film. We've won 33 awards in the festival circuit so far for this short film. I'm very proud of it. It's a cute, cheeky little comedy, and I would really, really love for you to watch it because it's about that.
Oh yeah, well, congratulations on the award. But where do I see it?
I can send you the link if I may. I can simply send you the Dropbox link. We're circuiting through the festivals right now. So once we're finished with that, I would absolutely post it, YouTube, website, all the things. But for now, I can absolutely just email you a Dropbox link.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you, because this is something I struggle with all the time. And it generally triggers anger, self-anger in the moment, and I start cursing life, and then I have to say, well, the universe hears you, you better be grateful and show that you're grateful for the life you have. But it's brutal. It's brutal to be awkward.
If I may, though, Matt,
yes,
what would be the point of changing? I feel like you're happy being miserable, and I think you should embrace your self-deprecation, your anger, and your hatred, because it does prolong life. I have found that it has worked very well for me in my 53 years, and I get angrier as the day goes by. And I find that it actually makes me look younger.
3 words that you said there kind of, it's almost contradictory. Happy being miserable. Isn't miserable
No,
the lack of happiness?
My wife sometimes asks me, why do some miserable people live so long? And I tell her it's because they let it out. They don't let it turn inward and fester and become a cancer or become an ulcer or become high blood pressure. They just let the hatred and anger out. Now, the thing is, since we all have it, what instruments, what medium, how are we going to let it out and be harmless?
Creative pursuits.
Yes. Go ahead.
Creative pursuits. Put it in your creativity. Creativity thrives on passion, presence, and focus. I mean, if you let go of inhibitions, you let go of fear, and you just do the thing. You can. I mean, so many beautiful works of art, music, and all the things derive from negative emotions. You know, there's anger, there's grief, there's sadness, there's, you know, loss of loved ones. I mean, you can put it in your craft. People have done it for ages. Passion is such a beautiful driver to take action from. You're just not taking action towards something that has malintent. You're not trying to harm anything. That's where, you know, it can be destructive because you're creating this consequence. But putting it in your art, I mean, that's the best place to put it. There's physical exertion. There's, again, the mental processing and doing it with intention. Attention is key. If you're intending to release something, you will. But that has to be the focus. You can't just, you know, mindlessly go about it. Anything that isn't, you know, conscious is unconscious. So you have to have that semblance of intention.
Wow.
What martial arts did you study?
I study, I'm doing a session just after this. I study Shaolin Kempo. That's what I'm belting up in. I do loads of Muay Thai. Yeah, I do. I'm wearing a Bruce Lee shirt right now. I love that, man. I do Shaolin Kempo and I do loads of Muay Thai, kickboxing, Tai Chi, Taekwondo, some just because I like the kicks so much.
Wow.
But I've done push hands. I do jiu-jitsu. I don't like the grappling as much. But yeah. I compete.
God, that's a lot of physical. Wow.
So what you're saying is Matt should start milking his prostate more, and that will release the creativity out of him.
I don't know that.
What
I mean,
prostate? That's in a jar somewhere.
I think you can just take medication for that.
Oh no, you can't.
Wow, they should. We've gone down that road, and of course, also about. But so I downloaded this book. Obviously, I haven't read the whole thing, but it starts with clarity before confidence. Clarity, as used, if I may, just read the first sentence here. Clarity, as used in this book, is a physiological and perceptual state in which the nervous system is sufficiently regulated to allow accurate interpretation of internal signals and external information without distortion from stress, fear, or urgency.
Yes.
Boy,
clarity is a physical state of being. That's yes, exactly right. So clarity is presence, and you learn how to integrate both your external perception as well as your internal sensory perception, so that you can be mindful of exactly what's happening to you in your body, in your mind, simultaneously whilst receiving data, and then you're most able to discern what is happening in the moment so as to make the best decision from a state of awareness as opposed to reactivity.
Yeah, more. I need a couch to lay on because this is really therapy for me. But when it comes to clarity, I'm not sure I'm being truthful with myself, because I think about clarity. I try to get clear about why I do the things I do and what I'm trying to get out of it. And then, am I just lying to myself? How do I? Clarity is the goal. There is trying to get clear about my intentions, why I'm doing what I hope to get out of it, and then at the end of the day, I think, am I just bullshitting myself here? What am I? Because GD will tell you, because I said it once, that my whole goal is to get laid. But that was when I was a kid. That was when I was a teenager. That was what I had in the back of my mind. It's not what I have in my back of my mind now for why I do the things I do.
That's not. You're the one who said you started music.
I know. I said it once.
You said I would tell you. I don't even go there. I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
What? What?
Leah.
Yes,
you have a fan in the audience who wants you to say hi to Mr. Driphausen. Say hi, Driphausen, because that's his stage name is Driphausen. He wants you to say hi
Driphausen. Hello, Driphausen. Hello.
Oh, he's just a drip.
He's
Good morning.
Can we get back to martial arts really quick?
Sure.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can get back,
yes.
and I want to respond to his comment on clarity as well. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I'll
no.
ask you a martial arts question later.
I mean, so I just want to be clear. Clarity in the context of that, like as it's defined, again, clarity is a physiological state of being. So clarity is not just simply having this mental cognitive ability to accurately assess information. That only comes after your body is in a state of calm. So if you're experiencing any semblance of anxiety, dissonance, even to a point of extreme fatigue, that's going to impair your ability to exercise proper judgment. Clarity in the context in which you spoke about is that, right? It's the ability to think in a certain way and accurately assess situations. Clarity in this context is so much more than that. And that is accompanied by a balanced and regulated sense of nervous system. So it's all of it. It's not just your ability to think clearly. You have to put yourself in a physiological state where your brain doesn't actually shut down aspects of your frontal lobe, which impedes your ability to think clearly.
It's a chicken and egg for me, though. Like, what comes first, the physiological or the mental? Because I know they are interlocked in some way, but what?
Physiological.
That's where I'm lost, because I just the most awkward, uncoordinated lump of being that ever had a physical presence in this world. That's me. I mean, so my physiological is never going to be healthy because I'm born defective.
You said that though. So you're self-declaring something, and when you self-declare something, I mean, it's self-fulfilled prophecy. If you're never going to do it, well, then you're never going to do it.
Yeah.
So again, is this a matter of how bad you do really want it? You know, if you want to sit down and be able to meditate, if you want to sit down and be able to take a couple moments to breathe and collect yourself, you can stand composed and sure-footed if you wanted to. But you have to be really honest about that being your truth.
Am I just lying to myself? Because I've done that. The breathing, I've worked with coaches who tried to kind of get that out of me.
I think you're deep-rootedly self-identifying as this goof, and I think you want that.
Wow. What's going on over there in the chat room? You and Steven having a private conversation? John?
Or MMA. Do you want to talk about MMA?
So it's just that clarity. I don't know. I don't think it evades me. And so, and also I think I'm lying to myself half the time. Like, I'll be honest with you. You coming on this program created a very nervous situation for me. Not that. Anytime I talk to a very beautiful woman, I get very nervous and intimidated. Not that I'm going to ask you for a date. Not that I want you to find me impressive. I just have this fear of she's going to see what a total loser I am. Now, these guys, I don't care.
Why does it matter? Why should it matter if an attractive woman finds you? Whatever.
I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't say I don't know. I can't be honest with myself enough to tell them.
And also, being born an unattractive person, I don't like the fact that there's like a I don't want to mention my mother because
I don't care if you know if I'm a doofus or all those things. It makes me less confident to know that because I think women are just better human beings than men.
Well, then I agree. I agree that women are better human beings than men. That I agree with.
Yeah,
but that's not
so.
I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. I wholeheartedly appreciate it and receive that. I am hoping genuinely, and I'm not just trying to, sprinkle sunshine on any situation for just the sake. I really do genuinely hope that as a society, we can achieve a greater sense of universal consciousness that takes us to a place that we're not judging ourselves or each other in those kind of ways. I think there are people who are beautiful that may not necessarily be traditionally attractive, and that I hope is one day where we get to. And I really am very real about that. And I don't assess people as losers or not losers. I don't have that spectrum in my perception of judgment. I exercise discernment with regards to who I want to have a cup of coffee with, or who I want to go for a walk with, or who I would want to go see a show with. And you would still be on that list of people that I would enjoy your company. So I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, don't want you to think that I perceive you as a loser, because I don't.
Well,
do you have a list of people that you want to get in the gym and kick in the face because you?
Yes.
No.
I do. I really do. Yeah, I really, really do. I don't want to get political, but yes, I do.
Oh, we want to hear about that. Well,
Okay,
John loves politics.
John had a martial arts question because he is an official. He's like a ninth
He's a
degree
sword
black
guy.
belt in comedy. But go ahead, John.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Kempo karate, great.
Mhm.
So why do you feel like you need to do any type of taekwondo if you do Kempo and kickboxing? Just for distance wise, you feel like you need a reach, because really the reach is silly because you're going to end up getting in anyway, unless you blast through their leg with a good Kempo kick or a good Muay Thai kick.
Where's your gravity?
So
I
my
don't, did he
honest,
speak English? I don't know any of those words. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you're perfect, Ulrich. My honest answer is that I want to be like a super awesome blockbuster like action star one day in a
Okay.
film.
Gotcha. That
And
makes sense.
that's my
Okay.
really honest answer. Like I love the showmanship of it. And there's an area in which, and you know about this, I'm sure, there's in competitions and in tournaments, you have your sparring, you know, the more like fighting aspect, and then you have your forms.
Yeah.
And forms are all about showmanship.
Yeah.
And
Well, there's
so,
extreme form. There's traditional and extreme. It's the extreme that's kind of more showmanship than.
yeah,
So,
and I like to win. If I'm going to go to a competition, I want to do my best to try and win. So I do try to push flexibility, which Taekwondo speaks more so to than Kempo. Kempo is more about being super practical and resourceful, and it can be rather scrappy. It's like by all means necessary, win the fight. Whereas Taekwondo, as you're speaking about, like having a really high kick is not necessarily something you would use practically to defend yourself. You get very vulnerable when you have that degree of extension, but it does look really cool.
yeah, it looks cool. So if you
So-
break it down like that, I agree with you in that respect, because that's why, like for me, that's why I took Tang Sudo for years, is because Tang Sudo is like that, but they don't drop their hands like Taekwondo does. It's not a sport. It's not a sport karate. It's not a sport Korean martial art like Taekwondo is. Tang Sudo, actually, Taekwondo is Tang Sudo. It is down in the lineage. When they brought it away from Korea, they changed the name to Taekwondo.
Just
and then they changed it for more sport reasons, as opposed to it being true karate, which is what Tang Sudo is. So yeah, the kicks and everything are cool. If you're thinking like action star stuff, yeah, that's cool. If you're thinking practical fighting stuff, the way they fight is not practical because they drop their arms. Because everything is like, oh, let's do kicks. Nobody's gonna punch me. I'm gonna do kick. Shut up, Steven. So
No,
I
you're
personally
Right.
do, like for me, I do traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, which is not a sport at all. It is all destroy people very quickly for multiple fighters. So
Yeah.
like for me, I'm like, yeah, it's not, if you were to watch, even if I sent you guys like a clip of me doing it, you're like, what the fuck just happened? How did that even, that's not real. That's fake.
Right.
Because all of a sudden somebody will touch me and all of a sudden they're on the ground. And you're like, how the fuck did that happen? And it looks fake as fuck, but it's completely real because I've put so much pain on them.
Yeah.
So you can't do like an action movie with people who really truly know how to do jujitsu, because it looks like you're like, people are just fucking falling and you didn't see any action shots.
I'm more aligned
Leia,
with
I
Brazilian
just have a question for Leia real
jiu-jitsu,
quick.
just in the
Hold on 1 second,
preparation
Matt.
of it.
Leia, so obviously you're
No, let
with
me
your
mute it.
training and with your training and background, you like.
So I
He just muted GD.
I know. I just muted him. I align more with Brazilian jiu-jitsu because I like the preparation of it, which means that smoking a lot of marijuana before you start, right?
I thought you were going to say you just like the bikini bottoms.
Or the balls across your nose.
Yeah, that too. Now, GG.
Okay.
Now you can go.
Now, so having the aspirations that you do, would you prefer to be in a Marvel universe, the DC universe, or maybe an independent like Hancock was, sort of an independent?
I would have to say independent. I have no preference between Marvel and DC. As far as DC, I mean, there's characters that I just grew up with as a child. I mean, Poison Ivy was like so cool. If she all of a sudden became like super badass action star, like that would be really sweet. But I'm biased just because I have red hair and really like the color green. But Marvel has gotten a little too big for its britches for me. I like the aspects of it, but I'm a writer, so I wish the dialogue wasn't so trite and they could come up with better storylines, to be honest.
Wow. Yeah. Do you write thinking you're writing a piece for you to star in? You vehicle
So
for yourself?
I have one, my dream, the reason that I am a writer at all and trying to take this seriously as a screenwriter is purely because I want Sony to one day give me the rights to write Hook to the official sequel. Because that was my favorite movie as a kid growing up. It changed my life, and I love Robin Williams. And I would write myself into that film wholeheartedly, absolutely.
Now, would you be a badass Tinkerbell, or would you be one of the Lost kids? No, actually, the Lost Boys, but or would you be one of Hook's pirates, like a Shmi's replacement?
So it's called it's called She Is Pan. It's the Hook sequel, She Is Pan, and I would play his daughter, who has to come back to save Neverland. And we have a female Pan, which we originally had a female Pan in the very first film. She was just playing the role of a man, but it was actually a woman who played her. And I would love for the next iteration of a Pan to be a female, and I would love for it to be the same characters as the original Hook, which is why the official sequel is so important to me. So, yeah.
Now, would you make it better though than
Yes.
would you make it R rated so that there's actually killing, there's legit ass kicking? Because I think that it should be that way, because if you were like to read the storylines, you're like, oh, they're legit fucking people up, man.
People die. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, if you read the books, they cleaned it up so much with the Robin Williams version. And as a matter of fact, they ruined it for me. The only thing I liked about that movie was Dustin Hoffman.
Well, he's of course. Sure. Yeah. I mean, of course.
Hello, children. Comfy, cozy. I just loved him.
Heavy Kev from New Zealand says Korea is a crazy place. Every guy is a black belt in Taekwondo due to compulsory military training. Is it black belt? Everybody in Korea is a black belt. Well, and which Korea are you talking about? North or South? Yeah. So again, martial arts has. I've done some training in martial arts. It has not helped me overcome my physical awkwardness or feel more confident or clarity in it. I think it's an individual thing, and I appreciate you bringing that to the table, but it just it doesn't work for everybody. Is there
Nothing does work for everybody. Nothing does. You gotta find your own way. Yeah. You gotta find what works and what's right and true for you. Yeah. And that's the emphasis, is truth. Because if it's not, if you're forcing something, then I mean, it's never gonna work. Go with the tide, not against it.
Right. Yeah, and martial arts is about motivation anyway. It's individual. Like for me, martial arts is a lifelong journey, and the attainment someday to have what's called a no mind state, so to act without thinking.
Yeah,
which you'll probably never, which I'll never reach.
Well, let me just read another sentence from the book here, and I don't want to read the whole book, but it says, when we stop demanding that people override their biology and instead teach them how to work with it, something profound happens. How do you override or stop demanding that people override their biology? Because that's what I'm trying. Doesn't that sound like what I'm trying to do, or what I've described to you this morning? Is me just trying to override, because I believe my biology has me doofy as can be, and I'm trying to override that in some way.
I mean, if you really want a genuine response, an honest response, I mean, your neurobiology is what we're mostly talking about as it pertains to you specifically. And yes, you are born with a genetic blueprint, so to speak, for how your brain will inherently work and process information. So there is truth to that. I mean, you do have a genetic predisposition towards certain mindsets. And I do say the word mindset with intention, as well as different emotions. You can have, kind of it can be predetermined that you just have a predisposition towards things more than someone else based on the way that your brain works. And that does come from just how you were born. There are ways to exercise and implement very profound aspects of neuroplasticity, where you are retraining, reconditioning, reactivating different parts of your brain, getting certain parts to activate less and other parts to activate more. you can restructure neurocircuitry, so much more so than we even knew to be true 10 years ago. It's really quite profound, the lengths that you can go to in some way change your brain.
Sounds like you're saying I should stop smoking so much weed, but that's a whole other story.
I mean, so if you want, again, if you want the truth, just for people who are listening to this, if you are a chronic marijuana consumer, both edibles as well as smoking marijuana, vaping, all of it, it does deplete certain aspects of your brain function that is kind of critical to mood stabilization, to your ability to exercise proper judgment. It does impede certain functions that one could argue are essential in being able to live life. And we're talking chronic use. Now, I want to say on the other side of that, the discontinuation or abstaining for an extensive duration, and we're talking about a series of months, you can, none of those effects have to be permanent. You can actually reawaken those parts of your brain that were depleted from chronic use.
I'm a chronic user, but I took 15 years off without any of it, and I don't see any improvement. And actually, it was somebody on this program years ago who said to me, "Well, why'd you quit?" And I said, "I don't remember." So
I'm not sure if I completely agree with that, because it's helped me.
In what way?
It's just
discontinuing or using marijuana.
Using it.
So, what are you using it for?
I don't just using it.
Right. So it's.
But I approach it differently too, because I force myself, because my brain is always running. So if I do a sativa, that actually slows the freight train down and actually allows me to function like a normal person. If I use like a hybrid, that's when I want to just like really relax. But then that also allows me to play in my creativity as well.
Yeah, I'm not against marijuana use. I'm not against marijuana use.
Well, you heard it right here, you guys. She's against
marijuana. All right,
marijuana.
let's roll one. Come on.
Yeah, I like now she's against marijuana.
Just kidding.
Clip that.
Right.
No, depending on your intention, what you're using it for, what you do, and how it's all about how often you're using it and for how long. It's moderation and temperance in all things, right? Balance is the key to life. So again, we're talking about navigating within the boundaries of extremes, not on either end of the spectrum. So that's what it is. There are people who I've seen very significant improvements in their social anxiety, and different things, just in their ability to be able to go out and talk to people when they are entirely debilitated by social anxiety prior. There's, if it's a medicine, if it's an aid, if it's a tool, if it's a supplement, if it's meant to be of service in some way and exercise with intention, you do you with regards to what works for you, as long as you're not harming anyone and you're aware of what you're doing to yourself. You have these educated understanding of exactly what it is, go for it. I'm an advocate for psilocybin. I mean, people who do mushrooms, I think there's beautiful studies being done on the benefits of your neurobiology making a positive permanent change. There are people who utilize ketamine, which is not the same, but it has, positively contributed to a reduction in depressive effects or side effects, and as well as overall anxiety and just a more positive outlook on life. I mean, whatever helps you. If you smoke weed to write your novel, or make a painting or write a song, so go for it. What's the difference really than taking a magnesium capsule to help you sleep at night? Again, but too much magnesium can be bad for you. So again, temperance in all things.
My question is, for example, let's say you take some kind of artificial stimulant or suppressant to help you write your whatever you're doing. Let's say you're doing comedy.
Artificial is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about pharmaceuticals. By
definition, what I meant by
not.
artificial, it's something that you're not. In other words, when I write clear-headed. I don't have any drugs in my system or alcohol, anything. I just write, and that's the way I perform. I try to recreate that same thing. So if you're writing, let's say under the influence of, let's say, marijuana, when you go to perform that material, they want you to. It's as a general of thumb, they say to perform in the same condition in which you write. So if you're performing under the influence a lot of the performances are substandard because of the marijuana or the alcohol. I've watched it. So,
because it impedes your judgment to an extent. You cannot perform to the same extent. Right. Exactly. Go ahead. Yep.
No, that's all the point. The point I was just going to make that I was right. No, just teasing. No, go ahead.
No, that's the first point that I was trying to make. Like, it does, you are in an altered state to some extent. There are aspects to your cognitive functioning that are delayed, that are not exercising the same degree of efficiency when they would be under the influence. We're talking about words like suppressant, right? You are suppressing something.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? You're stimulating. A stimulant stimulates something, and then in one activity where this ignites, this other part of the brain quiets down. So you're trading one for the other.
I just want to share something. We have an artist in New Zealand who created this artwork. Apparently, I perceive this as a band.
Oh no!
And so, with your permission, I'm going to share this. This is the band Nervous System.
I like her hair.
I don't know why I look so old in this picture. Why is Matt always depicted as fat? What's up with that? That's not fat.
I already have that skirt.
If you have that outfit, can you send me that picture?
Yes.
Clearly for clinical reasons.
I seemed like I was playing a little baby drum set there, and now he has me with a banjo.
Why do you look so old?
No, I think that's not a banjo. You're playing some kind of percussion, almost like a tambourine with a stick.
Now,
stand up. I want to do stand up. Oh, Galway Girl. They got real good songs in there.
Boy, oh boy, I look like a creepy old man trying to get to the girl, right?
Yeah, what are you looking at there, Matt?
I don't know. So I'm very
Stop
creepy.
singing her microphone, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go with that one. That one's
Nervous System is the name of the band. I like
Well, yeah, the first band was Nervous System, and the second band was called Fiendish Five.
Can we get back to the whole medicine thing? Can I put on my NP hat now?
Well, can I just quickly say, the other night we had Jason Stewart on, and we were talking about creativity and all this stuff. And I basically said being an empath is difficult for me. He's talking about being creative to get in touch with your feelings, to enjoy the pain, like when he's playing a character that has pain going on, enjoy that feeling. And the reason I started self-medicating 50 years ago is to numb myself from the pain, because as somebody who I do empathize with a lot of people, and it can be overwhelming to feel other people's pain. So I self-medicate to kind of escape from that. I don't want to feel.
I have a lot I would like to say about that, if I may. One, I'm entering my doctoral program, which I'm really excited about. And the capstone project is all about utilizing performing arts modalities as a means of essentially instilling a greater sense of emotional literacy-based skills. I have a company, Dance Masters Performing Arts, where we do after-school enrichment for impoverished school districts, and we teach performing arts modalities whilst emphasizing emotional literacy-based skills, with an emphasis on social-emotional learning specifically. So and I was a therapist before this, and that was something that I struggled with, was that I was leaving my patients, my sessions, and I would ask fellow therapists who are, veterans, my, superiors, coaches, people I would aspire to emulate in some way in their career. And I would ask them, like, how do you do this? And their responses were to either desensitize or become an alcoholic. And I want to do neither, because I am an artist and I am a performer and I am a creative. And that emotional wheel, right, with all the layers and all the depth that we are capable of experiencing as a part of our humanness, is a big part of what produces our creativity. It's what inspires us and motivates us, that semblance of emotion. Now, the key in being able to modulate your intake or your response to something significant. Empathy is a brilliant thing. It's way underappreciated and underutilized, I think, in our society. You can learn vicariously through other people's experiences. That's a big part of what empathy does for us. You don't have to directly experience something for yourself. By definition, empathy is that it grants you the ability to understand someone else's, emotions, maybe not exactly the experience, but you're able to empathize with what they're feeling as a part of the experience. And that is never something that should in any way be repressed or suppressed. You can use it as a superpower. And it's what makes us all human, what makes us all relatable, which I think is fucking beautiful. And people need to appreciate that more. Sorry if I swear.
No problem.
So the thing that you have to then work on the other side of it is what is it doing for you afterwards? If you're processing something with someone else, how quickly are you able to change your state? This goes back to, again, embodying clarity and nervous system mastery. You're talking then about instilling a purposeful state shift with your mind and with your body, and it's a collaborative, endeavor. So you can sit in something for a couple minutes, feel it, and then you want to purposefully and consciously change your state. This isn't something that you have to carry with you, this empathetic experience, whatever that may have been. It serves a purpose for a time. It's intended to be transient, just like any emotion is. Allow it to take that transience. Don't sit in it and consciously carry it with you. You have to intentionally change your state, and that can be done through a variety of different things.
Interesting, because I'm thinking as an actress, like I'm certain you've had to have like an overwhelmingly emotional scene or a moment, and how long does that stay with you, and how do you get change your mind to set your intention now to let that go once?
Well, I mean, I always say that you want to revel in the good bits and you want to only make a pit stop at the bad bits. And that's just kind of the way through life, but you don't skip the stop at the bad bits. There's a time for everything, and it's okay to have days. I just released a little moment. We weren't filming, but it was just before my podcast. We were recording, about to record a podcast, and I was irritated. I was annoyed. And I posted about it. I was like, here's a moment of me just being annoyed. Like, I speak about being high vibrating. I speak about living in your joy. I speak about thriving in our humanness. And a part of that is being able to allow yourself to go down to the lower vibrating moments and have a moment of this sucks. And you can sit with that for a duration of time. Now, how long do I allow myself to sit in that state, whether I'm being a character or just experiencing something in my real life? Obviously on set, you have to be able to do as many takes as the director needs, right? And there are different approaches as actors. I'm not a method actor. I don't want to be a method actor. I've tried method. I'm not entirely Meisner. I studied Meisner in a full-on program. I love Meisner. That works really well for some people. I'm purely imaginative. I don't want to draw from my real life experiences. I don't want to pretend like my dog is dying or, whatever in a moment. Like, I'm not that person that navigates it that way. When the director says cut, if I'm in a super, emotionally heavy scene, sure, I'll probably go off and be in my own little universe. I listen to music. I kind of try to not stay in a state, but I stay in a state of focus. I stay in a state of presence, and then action, and I can turn it back on again. But I've primed myself to be able to do that. When I go home, I'm home and my day is done. I don't take that experience with me. I don't bring that into my marriage or into my family life. I check it at the door, and I do that very consciously and very purposefully. Again, it's all about intention. And I love movement. I love music. I love comedy. Like, I love all these things. I can stand outside and be in awe of how beautiful a tree is. And if you just take that time to then be present with that thing, that's what works for me. There's all sorts of things I can suggest for so many other people. Yeah. But I'll listen to a song I really love that puts me in a good mood, and I'll dance like a goofball in my driveway for 5 minutes, and then I'll come in the house. My neighbors think I'm insane, and I'm fine with it. But I'm not going to bring that energy to my house, to my family, to my animals. I just don't do that.
I just think your neighbors should probably have a talk with my neighbors, because my neighbors would convince your neighbors that you are perfectly sane.
There you go. Can
Yeah.
they do that, please? Because my neighbors hate us.
And also, as a person who admits they love comedy, you came to the wrong place because obviously we're trying to destroy comedy here. This
Oh,
is
stop it.
Yeah.
I would love to do stand up. I would love to be brave enough to do that. I write stand up all the time and I write jokes all the time. I'm never brave enough to do it.
It's the bravest act in the performing arts, don't you? Do you agree?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah. And these guys don't see it that way. I don't know why they do it. So I guess they don't see it that way. But for me, to stand up there with just a microphone, it's like being naked. And there are people doing naked.
It depends on the person. Sometimes, some comedians do it because they need the therapy. So they're not being brave, so to speak. They literally it's a cry for help.
Yeah.
That's
so
not the same. That's not the
it's
same.
not the same. So different comedians have different motives. Now this is my unofficial tally, and I think John might have a different number, and Ron may have a different number. But I think 95% of other comedians that are on stages are just doing it as a cry for help. They're trying to save money on therapy.
Well, that's pretty much everything in my life. Every creative thing in my life has been somewhat a cry for help. So I will admit to that.
It's not that saying that it's therapy that just drives me up a fucking wall. It's not therapy. Maybe it's therapeutic for you, but it's not therapy. You fucking moron. Anyway, sorry about that.
No, you're great.
We have a question now. I'm just obliged to ask every question for Heavy Kev because he gives so much to this program. He says, "What's your favorite music?"
I love it. No, thank you for asking. I really love any type of music. I'm a dancer and a musician and have been for so long. So I've been exposed to so much music. I have a very eclectic taste. You go through my playlists on like random and you kind of go through culture shock with all the different music I listen to. The things I don't really care for, I'm not a fan of polka.
What about Mexican polka?
Anything.
I don't want to. You could have it. She's too fat for me. Hey,
are we talking about mariachi? Like mariachi?
No, not mariachi, but the Mexicans have polka also. Polka's worldwide. Yeah,
it's not this. So trad is very similar to polka, but polka has a very it's a very distinct kind of it alienates my brain.
Oh, okay. Well, that's understandable.
That's understandable. Anything else you'll down to Gregorian chant you'll find on my playlists. I really do have a very wide variety of
So it's
music.
not that you don't like polka, it's triggering for you.
Wow.
It's I wouldn't say triggering. I like the word shempa.
It's still not great music though. I mean, who's going like I want to listen to a polka right now? Unless you're I get that. That makes sense. But
I don't know too much polka. I mean, I know Roll Out the Barrel, and I don't want to. You could have it too, but I wouldn't listen to that. But time is short here, and I really, because this conversation has been basically about how creativity and clarity can shape your confidence and improve your life overall,
and build emotional literacy-based skills, which is key to being able to thrive as a human. Yes. Yes.
So, but it seems like when we say the word creativity, a lot of people are focused on the performing arts as creativity. Now, if I talk to a carpenter, he's going to tell me that everything he does is creativity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, does anything anybody does for work, does that fall under the umbrella of creativity?
Anything that someone does for work, just because of my connotation with the word work, I would say no. But that's again my own self-definition of the word work. Creativity is a boundless sense of construction within a format of some kind. So you're leading with inspiration, you have a semblance of focus. I teach people how to embody creative flow on demand. So again, just understanding your physiology, being able to put yourself in a flow state without this like idea so many of us experience or have, at least I personally have experienced creativity as something that gets like done onto me in a moment, and then I'm chasing the ability to act on it, right? You're like in the middle of something and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is a brilliant idea to do with this song or this script or this poem. And then you're like frantically trying to keep it and capture it and utilize it whilst you have it in the moment because it's perceived as elusive or fleeting. So I help people understand how to embody a sense of creative flow when you're having to deal with schedules and structure. Having said that, how you define creativity, I define it again as a boundless construction and building of something within a specific format. So that's how I define creativity, boundless. Like
I got to take that with me to the class today because I mentioned that I'm dealing with watercolorists who are much, in my view, much more experienced and better watercolorists than I am. But I'm trying to instill creativity as an idea in them because a lot of them are copying. So, and I don't say this necessarily is not creative, but they go and they see a photograph. Oh, I want to paint that. I see something, a painting that somebody else has done. I want to do the same thing. And to me, I really, really enjoy the blank canvas without having a predefined outcome to it and the creative energy that comes from that. And I try to talk to them all about that. Is not predefining the outcome. It's letting your mind and your spirit tell you what should come.
It's kind of like when I'm with a woman. That's what I expect.
You expect a blank canvas for her to be a blank canvas?
Yeah. Well, both people to be a blank canvas and just see what happens.
Oh,
I like that, actually. I can get down with that.
Yeah,
I like that.
shooting blank canvas. No, let me stop.
I was gonna go there, but I figured, you know what? That's too crude. That's just too crude.
Oh, please.
I'm from
have some manners, guys. I mean, what are you, a bunch of savages?
Well, I was surprised that Ron said he was with a woman because we all know that whatever.
Well, that's the definition of
May I
bisexual.
give you-
He can be with both.
He can be whatever he wants to be, and we'll love him anyway. You
Yeah,
have a seat at the table.
Yeah, so stop kink shaming me, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
May I give you some advice for how to approach this inspiring creativity for your class?
All right.
May
well, we want to tell people to go to
Matt,
your
she's
website.
waiting for an answer from you.
Download the book. No.
Download the book. The book is going to change, so be ready for that. It'll be up for probably another month, and then we'll take it down and replace it with something else really grand. But yes, you go to my website, ashleigh.com will do just fine. Otherwise, I am queenofthemind.com is where I do my podcast, my speaking engagements. I have an academy that I started called the I Thrive Academy. For people who are just wanting to thrive in their humanness, everything from nervous system mastery to embodying creative flow to navigating life unbothered. I have an unbothered blueprint where I help people understand how to navigate life without being triggered and reactionary. So if that interests anyone, then definitely go to my website and check those things out.
I think that should interest everyone. Right, especially in our audience. I mean, there are no people who are not interested in all that stuff, and it will lead to a more happy, fulfilling life if you kind of embrace those kind of aspects of your life. So it should interest everybody. Everybody should get interested in it. It's time kind of cut this short. I appreciate you being here very much and putting.
I love this. This was way more fun than I.
Leah, hit me up. Slaptailnation.com. Hit us up.
Slaptailnation.com. My agent, my PR person is who connected this. Does she have information?
You know what? There's Michelle, right? Michelle Sandoval.
Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay K. All right, I will give her the information for all these guys. Well, not Ron. Okay.
I would love to come back. This was way fun. This was way fun. I really love you guys, and I would be very interested in learning a lot more about each of you. And I would really love to send you the link to my short film if anyone is interested.
Yes, please. I was just going to say, please do remember to do that because I would. I'm really interested in seeing that. After my class today, I would love to, if it's available by then. I'd love to come home and just. Now you got me excited about this.
It's just an 11-minute, cute, quirky little short film. So yeah,
I got 11 minutes, easy.
There you go.
Left to live.
Whoa. She asked you to watch a short film. You have 11 minutes. I asked you to watch 4 minutes of my stuff. You're too busy.
I don't have to watch your stuff. I have Hold on. Let me just say, I have Beaverman dissecting it for me. I have Blind Mike dissecting all your material for me. I don't need to watch it. People pre-watch your stuff.
I'm talking about my script for my TV pilot. You didn't have 4 minutes to read a 22-minute script.
I would love to read a script. I would love to read your script. May I read your TV pilot? I would love to. Read it.
Sure.
I would love to.
Matt, send him my email. My email is info, because everybody has it.
I'll send it to you.
at gdfenderson.com.
Oh, I didn't know.
Send me your email and I'll send you the script.
All right. I thought it was at sogdfunny.com. See, there you go. I'm all wrong. GlennFenderson.com. Or what?
gdfenderson.com. Yeah.
All right. I did not know that. No wonder you don't get my emails. I'm sending them all to GD. See? All right. Leah, thank you very much. Leah, thank you very much for being part of the program. And do come back sometime. And I look forward to watching the 11-minute short.
Thank you, fine sir. It's a pleasure to meet you. I really appreciate you.
Bye for now. All right, it's time to wrap this up. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have a class to go to. Do you know that about me?
Good for you, man. Good for you, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go paint watercolors. Now I have to say, I've been doing this acrylic and watercolor at the same time because whatever. And I was impressed with myself with what I came up with doing that the other day. I was like, wow, this is I don't suck as much as I think I do at watercolor, but now I got to go in there and think, what am I going to paint?
I just wanted to share some of Kevin's artwork. This was something he did earlier in the show.
Now that looks more like me. Look at those guns.
Cyclospora. Matter of fact, that is exactly what
Look how big Ron Kane is. He looks like he wants to, I don't know, he's like a wrestler or something.
Well, it matches the rest of my body. So what do you want?
Wow. All right. Cyclospora.
Yeah, he did a bunch of them. There's like 7
Go to
of
him.
them.
Come on. Oh, you don't have them loaded up?
No, I have to load them up. I mean, I can start loading one, and while you're talking about it, load the others. If that's
how much time we got. 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes.
He's just confused because he just emptied himself because someone wanted to read that script. He's like, oh,
like, you don't know what you're getting into, lady. Oh my God. By the way, I just want to say that after 18 years of prescribing medication, I still encourage my patients to do weed instead. Thank you.
All right. Before GDO, and we're kind of late, but I wanted to just show this thing before GDO loads up that old pass. Oh, go ahead. You already loaded up. It's this sleep patch thing. It's like, what the hell is it?
The Rehypnol patch.
No. Where is it? Do you see it? Oh, here it is. This one. Oh, I can't add it to stage because you got your.
And Ron looks like Steve Carell in that last one.
All right. This one. This is the sleep patch. Naturally sound nights without melatonin.
It says it says chemical-free, melatonin-free, no hormones. All right, I'll look it up for you, Matt.
It's not melatonin though, because my wife was telling me it's probably melatonin.
No melatonin.
And the fun fact is that GD took that picture while she was sleeping.
Oh,
damn! Let's see what's in this bullshit.
All right, go get back to the Kev picks. Roast and toast. They're pointing at the wrong guy because they're roasting GD. I mean, and look how shabby. Am I wearing underwear? What the hell? I just keep getting worse. No wonder we've already established that my self-confidence needs some boosting here. And every time I look at one of these pictures,
it's just bullshit, man.
I like an old man sitting on the bowl there with just a shirt. No, that's terrible.
Yeah, your patch is just bullshit. It's gamma-aminobutyric acid, L-theanine, and magnesium.
Oh, we saw that one already.
Yeah, okay. Magnesium glycinate is, if you're going to take anything, you don't need the patch, just take the magnesium glycinate. That'll get you plenty of sleep.
Wait, Ron was having hot dogs there. Go back to that picture. Ron's eating hot dogs.
That's what we determined is not Ron. That does not look like Ron at all.
No, it looks like Stephen Ortiz, doesn't it? It's Stephen the Diphouse and Dr. Driphouse and whatever it is. And I don't know, that Beeb, man, that doesn't look like him. And me, of course, I am like an old wizard. And GD
no, you're an old wizard.
Jesus. All right. Do we have more?
Yeah, Steven says that is him. No, that's
That
it.
was him.
Yeah, we seen them all.
You wish, Driphausen.
That is him. I don't know how he knew that. How did Kevin never even seen Dr. Driphausen? Whatever.
Yeah, Heavy Kev, make one where we're fighting the saber-toothed tiger, because I wouldn't run and neither would Leah. So just make the.
And I'm the fastest. Well, actually, I don't know.
Why? Because you're black?
No, because I'm the most cowardly.
Oh,
wow.
I don't think anybody runs faster than the coward.
Apparently, perverts do.
Guy with no feet. The Driphausen is pleased. What does that mean? What does that
More
mean?
importantly, who cares?
All right. There's more Heavy Cab stuff or no?
No, I've shown them all. I just didn't. Yeah, I showed. Yeah.
All right.
Send me the one with the band. Us in the band.
All right.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in the band. I'll send you both of them. And
All
if
right.
you want the Suspiria one,
Oh yeah, sure. Send me that one too. Why not?
All right.
Yeah, I'll send you all 3.
I have to go do a private chat with Ron on what is it? Grinder? Is that where we're meeting? Grinder Zoom or Zoom Grinder? We're gonna have a private chat.
I think you're thinking of the movie with the guy from the Fockers. Wasn't that Zoo Grinder?
Zoolander.
Zoolander. Oh,
Zealander from New Zealand.
Oh, Zealander's from Nazi Germany. Zealander.
All right. It's time to get out of here. Isn't it time to get out of here? Because yeah. So if somebody would just say the phrase,
church, we're just going to run people. Sunday, the church of last resort. The Reverend is looking at Cat Stevens. Something morning.
Apparently, there's a karate
morning has broken. So
morning has broken. Yeah, that's what the Reverend, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll in his segment. Looking for God in all the wrong places. They're looking at the lyrics for "Morning Has Broken" by Cat Stevens, 1971.
I'm just wondering where God is in that song, but I will find
Slaptail
out.
Squad podcast. Check it out. Slaptail Squad podcast.
Yes, Slaptail podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're in Zimbabwe, because we love to share some of our, and he's going to tell his people in Norway that they should.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
to answer your question, Matt, the whole first 2 verses is talking about the Garden of Eden. Morning has broken. He's talking about the first sunrise after creation.
Wow.
The first
See,
2
I
verses.
should listen to the lyrics and actually pay attention.
That's because they're other people's lyrics. You don't care. You care about your lyrics.
You don't know. Cat Stevens.
I'm just teasing.
You know, Lisa. Sad Lisa is the name of the song. You know that one. You know that song?
I know that you and Cat Stevens have had this competition over who stole whose hair first. And now that John Beavers is in this competition, you got this hair thing. You know, that's why you keep showing these.
I think he's bald now too. I got to check on Cat Stevens these days, but I think he's as bald as
John Beavers. Look at your future.
Oh my God, shit, you guys! We finally did it. We made the top 5 in comedy podcasts in Norway. Holy shit!
I tell you, we're number 1. What do you mean?
No,
top
we're
5?
number 1 in improv. We just made the top 5 in comedy overall.
I say you were in improv. What? Yeah.
Well, we were number we've never been. We were below 10 for a long time, and I was like, "How cool would it be to make the top 5?" We did it. We're in top. We're number 5.
All right.
Well, don't show the clip that you did of what y'all did to me, because that'll just drop y'all back down.
Oh, good point.
Nick Girard, if you're listening, I'm sure you're the reason for that. Nick Girard, the writer friend in Norway, is probably, because he listens to this program, he's probably sharing your information and getting all the people in Norway.
Maybe we're number 17 overall in Norway.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow. Well, do they speak English in Norway? No, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
Both.
No way.
They probably, a lot of the people there, I guess, speak anywhere from 2 to 3 languages.
No way you speak English there.
Yeah. So yesterday I was driving down the LIE and I noticed the Richard Nappy Memorial Bridge. How about that? And I thought, well, somebody on that bridge should be walking around. And Dick Nappy, right? I'm sorry.
Thank you for watching, guys. Walk around Nappy.
me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen